as a dad, you don't get to take days off. So why would you take days off from your habits and your training? This morning, we've got 20 minutes of moving like an animal that's gonna leave you feeling better and ready to hit that week. If you're new here, I'm Adam. I've been coaching fitness for 25 years. In the last few, I've become a father and a farmer, and life is busy. This is the program, the routine that allows me to stay on track and set the example for my kids. The 5 a.m. Squat Club is the place where busy dads realize that they don't have to trade their lives for their family. You can have both. First step every morning in the 5 a.m. Squat Club is to choose our first thoughts of the day. We call it priming the mind. Let's go. So here we are, let's get her moving. First thing, we wanna get into a squat. So feet go underneath the hips, heels stay on the floor. And if you find that very challenging, like you're gonna fall over backwards, you can hold on to a counterbalance in the form of a weight or some sort of critter that might be getting at you. While we're here, we're gonna go through some breath work. It'll be a 4-second inhale, a 4-second hold, a 4-second exhale, and a 4-second hold called a box breath. And it's gonna get you set and leveled while we go through our, what we call mental reps. First one, I am responsible. And that just means that if you've got a goal in your life, that it's time to take action because nobody is gonna come and do it for you. So wake up, take action, move towards the things that are important to you because otherwise you're gonna look back at your life and realize that you had the opportunity, but you didn't take it. Next is I will make time between stimulus and response. So when the kids are freaking out and screaming, and when the dog is barking and not listening, can you take a moment and breathe and give a response that you're gonna look back at and be proud of? That is probably a main one for me to work on. Next is I have all I need to succeed today, and I will focus on progress over perfection. You know somebody who has excuses, who has, my job is not allowing me to do this. My boss, my government, my partner, whatever it is, they have excuses as to why they're not successful. But if you look at it truly and honestly, you will realize that you have whatever it takes to start your thing today, and that will give you the tools to do tomorrow, and so on and so forth, and you have whatever it takes to be successful. You just need to take action and not make excuses. And then the last one is I choose gratitude. So that while we're going through this process of self-improvement and working to push ourselves and get better and fix things that are broken, that we don't only see that we see the things that are positive and recognize that it is worth it to make all these improvements and work on ourselves. All right, step 1 complete. Good job, dog. Let's start moving the body. All right. So give yourself a little pat on the back for getting out of bed and moving your body early here. First step that we're gonna do like we do every morning here because it's an essential piece of life is getting down on the floor. So we're gonna get both hands on the floor. You can walk your feet back or hop them back, lay down fully, and then you're gonna walk yourself back up or hop the feet back forward and then get a little hop and clap at the top to celebrate the fact that you're able to do so at 5 in the morning. And let's just work our way through 2 minutes here. You can pick up the pace as you go, but really just aiming to move. Once a week, which is today on Sundays, instead of pushing the intensity and lifting heavy and trying to move our fitness forwards, we move a little bit easier. We move a little bit differently with a little less intensity so that we can maintain consistency and not have to fall off and take rest days. Because what this program is all about is building habits. And the more we can be consistent with our habits, the stronger they stick and the less likely we are to fall off of them. And what this habit stack allows for is really whatever progress you want, right? You're gonna get your fitness in, make sure that you're moving in a direction where your body is becoming more capable, but at the same time, at the end of our session, the second half of the 5 a.m. Squat Club is you doing self-assigned homework towards your goals. So if you maintain that habit, even on what we call active recovery days, then your ability to do that homework and move your life in the direction that you want every day becomes much more consistent, and consistency is what leads to results. So as long as you're doing it all the time and not taking rest days and not falling off track, your goals become very achievable very fast. All right, we're going to forego the second portion of the warm-up today as we're going to just get into our active recovery. Let's talk about it. Good morning, Jody. Good morning, Terry. Where's the team? Okay. So here is our session today. We got 20 minutes, 5 movements, 2 minutes each, 2 rounds. And really, for those 2 minutes, we're gonna play. There's no requirement to hit a certain amount of work. You're just gonna move around and play. First one is just gonna be a crab walk. So moving around on the hands and feet. You can work the hips up higher if you want. The goal is just to keep the hands behind you in some shoulder extension. Next is a bear crawl. Hips are up high, hands are on the floor, and you can work those heels down towards the ground. Next one is a Spiderman lunge, or I think it's called also a lizard crawl. In essence, starting to plank, take one leg out, work the chest down to the ground, and even keep that foot there as you walk everything back forwards, and then get into the next one and just move around like that. From there, frog hops, get yourself into like a passive squat, take the hands out in front, shift the weight onto the hands, and then bring the feet forward. And then the last one is going to be our horse stance, but a traveling horse stance. So wide feet, sitting down around parallel with the knees out in line with the feet. And we're going to walk around. That's going to blast the quads. So 2 rounds, 2 minutes each. You know, you might just go a little bit on, a little bit off within that 2 minutes, not necessarily straight through. This isn't going to be crazy high intensity, but if you keep it moving the whole time, you'll be good and sweaty by the end. Be a fantastic way to loosen up the body for this fine Sunday. Okay. Well, that kind of looks down there, doesn't it? If you were feeling stiff and sore, but you want to make sure that you maintain your habit, this is the workout that you do once a week to leave you feeling like a human again. Animal movements, 20 minutes, active recovery. Let's get after it. All right, team. So what we got this morning is 20 minutes of, call it animal movement, that's going to leave us feeling fresh and ready to go for the rest of the week. 5 movements, 2 minutes each, 2 rounds. First movement is the crab walk. Down on all fours. You can work the hips up to open up the shoulders a little bit more, or just keep them down. You can go side to side, forwards, backwards, whatever you want. The next one is a bear crawl, and I'm gonna walk through these with you, so don't worry about it too much. Hips are up nice and high, hands are on the ground, feeling some hamstrings. Beautiful. Next one is a Spiderman lunge. So you can start yourself in a plank, get one foot outside the hands, work that chest down towards the ground, and then the foot stays there as you transition to the next one. I'll try to stay on the screen there. Next from there is a frog hop. So feet on the floor in your squat, hands come out in front, and we're hopping forwards in that squat position. And then the final one, we come to our horse stance, nice wide stance, knees out in line with the feet. And the goal will be to walk around in that position. So 2 minutes per movement, 5 movements, 2 sets, 20 minutes. You wanna just move through it. You're not trying to win. We're just trying to loosen up the body, get a little bit sweaty, and get after it. All right, let's do this. A little bit of music. We start in the bear crawl, or in the crab walk, sorry. 3, 2, 1, go ahead. So just nice and easy, we're opening up the wrists, the shoulders. If you find that this is too much on the wrists to start, Then just ease with it. Hands on the floor, butt on the floor, and then just shift the hips around. Just supporting some of the weight in your butt as opposed to all of it in the wrists. But if the wrists feel good, that's great. You can mess around with different positions as well. Right now, my fingers are pointing backwards. I could point them out to the sides. I could point them forwards as well, which gives me a little more wrist extension. Up to you. We could even hang out here and get some cycles of a tabletop, shoving the hips forwards and up, opening up the shoulders even more, and just work through it. Just find different positions that feel good. You got a full 2 minutes per movement, 2 rounds. You can do a little bit of sideways here. All right, we're getting shoulder opening. We're getting wrist opening here. We can get some hip activation and more wrist opening, more shoulder extension if you want to shift the hips forwards. We did some of these last week where you bring the hips forwards and back. Just getting into more shoulder extension. Try to keep the chest proud. So this isn't going to be the highest intensity, but if you keep moving the whole time, it'll be real. We're still on, we're still working. I want you to be active. Go through some more cycles here. Next is going to be our bear crawl in 15 seconds. 10. So we're switching to basically facing the opposite way. Hands and feet are still on the floor, but now hips are up. 2, 1. Go ahead. You can go forwards, backwards, side to side. This one will start to burn the hip flexors a little bit. So just walking around, nice active shoulder. And you want to keep the feet and hands relatively close together. I want to try to avoid being in like a plank position or push-up position. Keep them relatively close. Woo. Hamstrings are getting a good stretch. Hip flexors are getting a good activation, pulling that leg towards the chest. Keep her moving. You can go side to side if you want. It's halfway, 1 minute. Pull off this shirt. Keep her moving. Your goal here is to ideally more or less keep moving for the whole time. Maybe except for the horse stance walk, because that's going to be rough. 30 seconds. Next is our frog hops. No, it's not. Spiderman Lunge is next. In 25 seconds. Should feel the shoulders burn in a little bit here. Nothing crazy though. Just enough that, you might want to take a break. Ten seconds. Going to our Spiderman Lunge or lizard walk, whatever you want to call it. 3, 2, 1. So coming into that plank and then just taking one foot outside. You can keep that back knee off the ground. And then keep the front foot there. Just travel forwards. And then switch. I don't really have the space here, but I would go to the next one. Then I kind of disappear. You can go backwards on it. Whoa. Interesting. Could even, if you just don't have a lot of space, you could even just switch like that. Trying to work the chest down to the ground. Switch the legs, work the chest down to the ground. That'll get you warm. Just work it around, get the elbows on the ground. You can move around in different positions, side to side, forwards, backwards. 1 minute. Oh, hips are gonna feel good after this, I guarantee it. "45 seconds. Try to find those tight spots. Work the body towards the knee. Work it away. Work it down. 30 seconds. This may not feel crazy intense. It might feel intense. But if it doesn't, that's okay. That's the goal of today, just to loosen up different positions. And we got 2 rounds of this, so the second round should feel even more loose. All right, we're going to our frog hops. 3, 2, 1. So from your squat position, hands in front, hopping it forward. You can aim to land on the toes when you hop forward, or if you want a little more flexibility in there, aim to land right on the heels. You can do this one backwards as well. Find it a little bit easier to press off from the hands. You could even work that into a little bit of like a hand balance if you have that ability, capacity. 30 seconds in. Right, you can get a little bit of balance in each one of them. Working on that handstand balance, which we like to get at least once a week. Ooh, the legs are getting warm. 1 minute. Horse walk, jeez. Should have tested this out. That's gonna burn. Keep it up, team. This one into the next one might be a little rough. 40 seconds. You can even just transition squat, support, squat, support. 30 seconds. Hi. This is almost like that reverse burpee where you rock back and then forward and donkey kick up to a handstand. 10 seconds. We're going to our horse stance walk. Maple now. 5, 3, 2, 1. So nice wide stance. Jesus. This one burns so bad, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to walk. So you can stay there, or you feel pretty good, stay in that stance, walk it around. Oh my God. This is where you see that I'm a wuss. Trying to keep the torso upright. I think I want to be around parallel, but I don't do so well there. 30 seconds in. Jeez. Probably do this a lot more. It's halfway, 1 minute. Oh my gosh. Hi, Maple. It's slow. Is that easier? 40 seconds. Ah! My legs are on fire. 30. Oh, 20. Maple, stop. All right, second round in 10 seconds. Coming back to the crab walk. Wow, need a break from that one. 3, 2, 1. All right, back to crab. Give the quads a little bit of a break. So once again, you can walk around with the hips low, like so. You can work them higher, which is a lot more work. You could even just cycle tabletop and relax, tabletop and relax. You could work the shoulders, shoulder extension by rocking the hips forwards and back. We're just supporting ourselves in our hands and our feet. You can travel around as well. Forwards, backwards, side to side. What are you saying, Maple? Can you see her? Yeah, I see your head. Whoa, crazy dog. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I see you there, right between my legs. 1 minute. Hey. You're like right on top of me. Stop. Anybody else dealing with this kind of dog drama? 50 seconds. Do a couple tabletops maybe. It's good for the hands. See if you can get into a nice straight line. 15. Now we're going to our bear crawl. I know, Maple, I know you're cute, huh? But you're in the way. Active recovery days are your favorite, aren't they? 3, 2, 1, flip it over. Wow. So kind of like a downward dog. Hips are up high. Try to work those heels down to the floor. Mess around with different angles. You go sideways, forwards, backwards. Try to get some extra weight in the hands there. Keep working for it. Hips and wrists and everything's getting a good loosening here. We're gonna feel good at the end of this. Ready for the week. Channel your inner bear. And just think, this is kind of like, I mean, not only is this gonna leave you feeling better, but probably increase your capacity for playing with your kids. Because when you play with your kids, I mean, you often end up on the floor. Can you move around on the floor? Or are you stiff, tight, stuck to the ground? Or can you move around freely to have fun with your kids? 30 seconds. And we're going to Spider-Man. Press into the floor. Open up the shoulders there if you want a little bit. 10 seconds. I may stay somewhat stationary for this. 3, 2, 1. All right, back into that Spiderman lunge. You can start from your plank. Take one foot outside. You can go side to side. Chest down, chest up. So you can even lay down towards the ground. Wow, that's hard. We'll switch sides. You can travel around with this one or just kind of stay stationary. Working that chest down towards the ground. Moving the hip around. Switching it up. Try to get into the splits. Probably a bad idea. Wow, look at that. Almost got stuck there. Side to side. Just keep the hands and feet on the floor and try to move around. Look at that. Wow. Whoa. Too close, too far. Keep it up another minute. Work your way back into those positions. Keep switching it up, keep moving around. Try not to stay too stationary. You can even do some Spiderman push-ups. Wow. Opens up the hip there too, 20 seconds. And then we'll be going to our frog hops. 10. All right, 3, 2, 1. Come back into your squat. Hands out in front. Reach the hands, hop the feet. And you could, as I was saying, you could just rock to the hands and back to the feet. Up on the hands and back to the feet. Just getting some exposure to supporting your weight on your arms. Probably an important skill. Proprioception. Balance, stability. Or ribbit. Sorry. We're in spring peeper season here, so we got a lot of little frogs outside making a bunch of noise. Maple, no. Minute 10. Keep it up. The hip flexors start to burn a little bit on this one. Same here. The hips are burning. Keep it up. They're gonna like you for it afterwards. 40 seconds. They're gonna thank you. That's what I meant to say. 30 seconds. Lightening up outside. 20. Just the crab, or excuse me, the horse stance walk next. 15. 10. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, nice wide stance. No thanks, Maple. Oh, I can't do 5 steps without being Maple, go. Without being messed up. Go backwards is easier, I think. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh my God. Just think I'm a wuss. Maple, stop. Halfway, 1 minute. Last minute. This might be the hardest thing we do. These darn horse stance walks. Keep driving those knees out in line with the feet. Oh my God. Try it backwards. I hope you guys are suffering as much as I am, because this is kind of embarrassing. 20 seconds. 10. We're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Wow. Fantastic job, team. Remember, this is Sunday. This is our active recovery where we aim to maintain our habits by not skipping a day. I don't want to take a day off. I want to keep moving. But I want to take at least one day where I'm not crushing myself. So every Sunday, we take it down a notch, move with intention to let the body recover, feel better, but still build some capacity. If you like this, hit the thumbs up, but join us every other day of the week for the rest of your training and for progress in your goals. Peace. Hey, good morning, Tasharia. Hey, we've got, there's no big prime the body this morning, Tasharia. We just went into our active recovery, but you might appreciate that. You might want to try it instead of the warm-up. All right, team, let's take a break here. Let's stretch it out just a little bit. Jody, okay, if I wasn't awake when we started, I am now full steam awake. Good Lord, right? For an active recovery day, those crab walks, or not crab, why do I keep saying that? Horse stance walks are no joke. All right, we're just gonna go with a butterfly here. Continue with the theme of opening up the hips. So rock your butt side to side, get your meaty bits out of the way. Bring the base of the feet together if you can. And then you can pull those feet in. You can pull the feet in towards you. You can even push the knees down with your elbows. Maple, stop. And we're just gonna hang out. You are too much. We're just gonna hang out here for a minute, opening up the hips. And, geez. And just breathing for a moment and talking about this habit maintenance. And I just talked about it, but you know, once again, it doesn't need to be, you don't need to crush yourself every day. You want to work out with intensity and make sure that you're pushing your progress. But at the same time, if you do that every day, you're going to need a day off. But instead of taking a day off, I want to maintain this habit because the system is more than just exercise, which we're going to talk about in a second. And if I take a day off, not only am I missing exercise, but I'm missing the most important part, maintaining my habit, right? Because the habit includes our next step, which we call homework. And that's when you take this mental clarity, this physical, feeling of relaxation and calmness, and we use that to move our lives forward. It looks bad, eh? So what we say basically is find your goal, determine where you want to be in your life and what that looks like, and then break that goal down to one step that if you were to do it daily, that step would bring you towards that goal, right? If you need more on that, read the book called The One Thing by Gary Keller, and it asks you to use the focusing question. So what decision or action that by taking now will make all the other actions or decisions easier or unnecessary? And then do that one over and over again, and the goal becomes reality. So once again, we're here every single morning to move our mindset, our fitness, and then progress on our goals. 90 minutes, 2 hours, all done. It's 5:35 right now. If you do an hour, 6:35, and you are done. Progress every day really gives you peace of mind and allows you to reach those goals. So hang out in that for another second here, and we'll briefly touch on some clips. This is Maple running through the field. This is what Maple does a lot with her day. I think oftentimes she's out there chasing birds, but you can see her running out through the north field, and you'll also see when she comes back that our fence is definitely not finished as she runs through where the fence is going to be. Here she comes. But the point of these clips, one is to show that there's a way to live your life that is not, prescribed by big pharma and the government. And it looks something like this, but at the same time, it is about, I didn't grow up on a farm. I didn't grow up in the country, but I decided that this is the way that I want my family to live and made the change, right? Took the action, did the homework, because your life is what you make of it. Here are my girls playing with Leandro, making a fort in the hay. And then I've got a couple lamb races here. So as I've mentioned, in the evenings, as the lambs get a little bit older, they start to gang up and run around. So this is a little clip of some lamb races. Cute things. But as I was saying, right, we determined that, hey, the food system is not what we want. It's not supporting the health of our family, the health of the soil, the health of the earth. Therefore, we're going to take this step and ensure that the quality of the food that is going into our bodies is the highest. And I'm not going to outsource that. I'm not going to rely on the, on the government, on the system to provide the highest quality food for me, because they don't care as much as I do. So direct your life in the direction that you want and make it happen. All right, so there are the lambs, those cuties. Yeah, we got, I think we're up to 33 lambs. I'll have some more cute clips for you tomorrow because I took some last night. They didn't go on here, but great job, right? Once again, give yourself a big pat on the back, especially on a Sunday, because a lot of people skip that day. They don't think it's important. They're like, well, I'll just get the next workout in. But remember, the habit is everything. If you take days off, it's easier to take days off. So stay with it. Great job, Jody, queen of the day again. And then shout out to Jabes and to Sharia. But Jody holding down the fort. You guys have a fantastic day. And we'll back to intensity tomorrow on Monday. Have yourselves a great one. And I love you guys. Peace.